The phone lit up like a flare in the blacked-out penthouse, and the 4 words on the screen froze my blood. Motion detected. Zen Courtyard. ****. It was 11:17 p.m. on December 19th. I'd been finalizing bids for a rooftop in Singapore when the alert hit. I didn't flinch. I just tapped the feed. The infrared camera I'd installed myself 3 years ago painted the scene in ghost white. My masterpiece courtyard, black bamboo, cloud-pruned junipers, a $90,000 hand-carved granite lantern older than the Republic, and there, barefoot on my own stone path, champagne flutes in hand, stood my half-brother Julian and his fiancée Madison. I turned the volume up. Julian swept an arm like he was already counting the commission. The Emirati group touches down the 21st at 9 sharp. They have to park 8 figures before their fiscal year dies on the 31st. Once they see this courtyard, they'll throw another 600 grand on the asking price without blinking. Madison laughed that influencer laugh, sharp, practiced, lethal. Poor Olivia won't even know until escrow closes. By then the trees are fixtures, right, babe? Part of the land. Textbook, Julian said, clinking her glass. Rooted equals real property. She's out $500,000 and we're sipping cocktails in Maldives by New Year's. I saved the clip to 4 encrypted drives before my pulse even spiked. They had no idea who they were robbing. My name is Olivia Zhao. I run Verdant Horizon, the landscape design house that quietly built the private gardens for 3 Forbes billionaires and the most photographed hotel in Asia. My family still calls me the plant girl. 5 years ago, when my stepmother Lydia decided their crumbling Bel Air estate needed a little Asian touch for resale value, I offered them a deal through my company attorney. I would sink $480,000 of my own money into turning their forgotten backyard into a living portfolio, an immaculate Zen courtyard that would mature into something priceless. In exchange, they signed a commercial consignment agreement. I retained ownership of every tree, stone, and sculpture. The land was theirs. Everything alive or placed by my hand remained Verdant Horizon inventory, removable on demand. They signed it while Lydia scrolled Instagram and my father watched golf. They thought they were getting a free makeover from the weird artsy daughter. I built a fortune in foliage. 2 nights ago, at Julian's engagement party under the same lantern that was now about to be sold out from under me, Madison had shoved a thick folder at me over the DJ's bass. Just some boring city permits for the new deck, Liv. Sign the flagged page, pretty please. I'd had 3 Negronis and a 14-hour day transplanting a 200-year-old olive tree. I scrawled my name where the pink arrow told me to, assuming it was the usual municipal nonsense. It wasn't. Page 12, buried between pool permits, was a quietly worded estoppel certificate claiming I relinquished all interest in improvements on the property. My signature sat right beneath it. Except I never sign anything drunk. Muscle memory had kicked in. I dated the line December 18th, 25, instead of the pre-printed December 17th, 25. 1 day off. Fatal flaw. The whole document collapses in court. I called my attorney Sunil at 11:30 p.m. Sunil, pull the Bel Air consignment file. We're executing full retrieval. They close day after tomorrow, 9 a.m. A low whistle. You want to strip a showcase garden bare the morning of the final walkthrough? I want them to open the gate and find the surface of the moon. By 6 a.m. December 21st, a convoy that looked like a hostile takeover rumbled through Bel Air, for knuckle-boom cranes, 2 10-ton flatbeds, a 5,000-gallon water truck for the koi, and 20 of my best crew in Verdant Horizon black. We parked 2 houses down, engines idling like dragons. At 8:44 a.m. my phone buzzed. Lydia. I let it ring twice, then answered sweet as honey. Darling, could you pop by early? The buyers want to see the courtyard at 9. Maybe fluff the moss a little. I smiled so hard my cheeks hurt. Don't worry, Lydia. By 9 it'll look exactly how it's supposed to. At 8:57 the gates swung open. A black Maybach rolled in, followed by 2 more. Doors opened. Julian stepped out in a $10,000 suit, Madison glittering beside him, already narrating for the Emirati buyers like she'd designed every leaf. That was my cue. I raised one hand. The convoy roared forward. We poured through the gates like an occupying army. Cranes unfolded. Crew fanned out with saws, root ball slings, and pry bars. The first 60-foot black bamboo came out in under 4 minutes, fabric grow bag intact, roots never once married to the soil. Then the junipers. Then the lantern. My guys slid airbags underneath and floated that 4,000-pound granite relic onto a flatbed like it was made of air. Julian's face cycled from confusion to terror to apoplectic purple. "Olivia, what the hell are you doing?" I walked straight to him, boots crunching on the raked gravel I was about to vacuum away, and handed him the leather binder. Recovering company property. Page 7, paragraph 4, all specimens remain chattel. You're welcome to read it aloud to your buyers. The lead investor was already on his phone, Arabic rapid and furious. By 9:28 the courtyard was a grid of pristine craters, bare pipes, and one empty koi pond gurgling its last. My water truck sucked the fish, each worth more than Julian's Rolex, into oxygenated tanks. Final touch. I rolled out a 10-foot vinyl banner across the naked dirt and staked it deep. Verdant Horizon asset recovery in progress. Thank you for your patience. ***. I climbed into my truck, lowered the window, and looked Julian dead in the eye. Tell Mom the garden looks perfect now. Exactly like the day I started. Then I led the convoy out, cranes folding like victorious wings, leaving behind a $9 million house with a backyard that looked like a meteor strike. As we hit the gate, my phone lit up again, Sunil texting a single line. Lien filed. $714,000 owed in waived maintenance, removal costs, and penalties. Title frozen until paid. I smiled for the first time in 48 hours. Merry Christmas, family.